Back in the early 1990s, a person named Jean Phillips hired winemaker Heidi Barrett to produce some wine for her. Ultimately, Miss Barrett produced 175 cases of a wine that Miss Phillips ultimately called Screaming Eagle. This was a wine that was sold at the Oakville grocery, and it was also on the wine list at Bistro Don Giovanni, but much of it was simply given away. At this time, many of the top wines in Bordeaux were firm, structured, and tannic, and required many years of aging before they could be enjoyed. Take 1995 Bordeaux, for example. Those wines were extremely tannic and structured, and many of them required decades before they reached their peak, and some of them are still not there yet. In contrast, Screaming Eagle was ripe, opulent, and perfumed with polished tannins. While it certainly had the structure to age, it was immediately enjoyable as well, certainly much more so than new release Bordeaux. As a result, many of those who tried the Screaming Eagle wine were extremely impressed, and as word got out about the quality of this new wine, demand quickly outpaced supply. This ultimately led Jean Phillips to set the price for Screaming Eagle at an incredible $75 per bottle. This was at a time when the highest priced wines in Napa Valley sold for only $50. Ultimately, one of the bottles of 1992 Screaming Eagle made its way to famous wine critic Robert Parker, who ultimately awarded it a massive 99-point score. This was back when 100-point scores were extremely rare. Keep in mind also that this was a time when the internet was in its infancy. In fact, the World Wide Web was not released into the public domain until April of 1993. As a result, scores from wine critics were critical during this time period and were extremely influential in moving and selling large quantities of wine. As a result, much like Robert Parker's huge scores for the 1982 Bordeaux vintage set off a wave of buying in Bordeaux, his 99-point score for Screaming Eagle created huge demand for Screaming Eagle and other similar Napa Valley wines. These wines became in high demand, not just because of the high scores, but also because luxury wine collectors enjoyed them because they offered the best of both worlds, world-class quality and more immediate gratification. Before long, there was a massive waiting list to purchase Screaming Eagle wine, notwithstanding the fact that it sold at a huge price premium to many other, even very high-quality Napa Valley wines.